Hi, good morning all.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Shriram joining.
Hi, Shriram, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. Rahul, can you please stop sharing it so that I can get there? Yeah, thank you. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me kind of set it up, few more parameters. Okay, kindly confirm you are able to hear me, able to see me well. You can confirm by chat or confirm by voice. Perfect. Very good. Okay, good morning all and some of you good evening. Thanks for joining for a wonderful session to start talking about agility, agile. I have a good bunch of names, some of our very close names whom I know for a long time. Some of them just joined the batch to take a look how things are going. Okay, is it going good? Shall we go on for it? A lot of thoughts are there. So here, Shriram Kumar, I'm going to help you on the process called Agile Project Management. Okay, we're going to have a good amount of learning in few weeks of time, and then post towards the examination. That's a plan here. Okay, that's a main goal. Beyond that, there are a few more factors we have to learn in the sense of how to implement it, how to learn as a leader, and also how to get certified in first shot. When you go and sit in the exam hall, there should not be a doubt, will I clear the exam or not? So those things we're going to work out separately because it's a big department we have to focus towards how to prepare for the exam. Keeping exam aside, learning is very important where we can take to our day-to-day life that we're going to do. This is all coming up, a lot in the line, like a exam question banks and pattern of approaching the examination, books to read, how many hours to read, right? What is the fee structure? There are a lot of basic logistic questions which all be solved. Beyond that, some tools also we should know, like Jira, how to use a Jira board, how to use a rally. Right? These are certain things we also learn. So when you go out of this program, you should be a complete person who can take charge of certain things at your project. You can lead it, or you can drive it, or you can coach it. Either way you can do, right? With us, let's quickly see each other to say hi if you're comfortable in the morning hours. I know early morning. If you're comfortable, I'm so happy to see you in the camp. Right. Okay, Prithvi is there. Akshay, the recent PMP. Oh my goodness, I'm going to pull you down here to talk something. Okay. Atul is here. Hey, Atul, good to see. Sumit, oh man, it's here. Sumit, you're on mute, I believe, or I'm not getting your voice. For some reason, I'm not getting.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm here. Sumit, got you. Yes, Sumit.
Hello. Yeah.
It's here, man. 2019 beginning we met.
It was 2019, sometime in November.
19 November. It's pretty close only. Then 6-7 months back. Okay. Okay. Pretty good.
I guess it was maybe sometime before November also. You were right.
Great. Good to know. Sumit. Happy to see you again after a long time. Okay. Again, your friend is also in touch, Mr. Gaurav.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. There we have Raghu. Raghu, hey, good to see. Cam is on and off. And
Hey,
Piyush is.
hi Shriram, can you hear me?
Yes, Raghu, I can hear you, but unfortunately I can't see you. So we have Piyush, we have Riti, Sachin, Shohil, Manish, Dheeraj, Lakshmi, Vishal Gupta. Well, I can see a bunch of you. Some I couldn't see for some reason. Okay, fine. If you're not ready with the camp, it's fine. Akshay has recently done with this PMP only few days back. How many days back, Akshay? You forgot it, man. Your voice is not. Okay.
Last Thursday,
Last Thursday. Okay.
early
Very
morning, 4:30 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. We have many here with the PMP who cleared it. The primary reason is the moment they get the biggest certificate in PMI Institute, you also get a feel that why did I go for Agile, which can help me to upscale myself and also better deal in the market. So that's a thought coming up there. Good. Thanks for joining here. So Raghu, what's the board behind you? You have a Scrum board behind you? Is it a kanban board? Is your
It's
daughter a son board?
my daughter, Sri.
See, what happened is the more we start seeing the board these days, the moment you see the board, you get a feel, oh, is it a kanban board or a Scrum board? I don't know what. It's my grocery board. I would write all my groceries here. Well, good, well, good. Once again, thanks all for joining. This session is going to be a good session where it's a two-way communication. We prefer always a two-way communication rather going one way, pushing the details, right? Why the reason is any information may not be new in the market. Okay, what I'm saying, you would have read already. You would have seen it, you would have worked it. I'm going to try to put it in a sequence. I'm going to put it in an order where you can get a flow of it. If not, nobody can be called as I know everything in this world, right? We know some portion of it. So we can try to put all together. That's my role here. And for the certificate called ACP, Agile Certified Practitioner, there are certain ways of approaching it in the sense of order, certain domains of it. How to approach it, that's a part I'm going to tell you, right? And thanks all for coming in the camp. And we will have some workshops also in a sense today or tomorrow, we'll have some workshop. In the workshop, I would expect you to try to be face-to-face. I mean, to be face-to-face, the level of knowledge is very high, right? So today's the first day. It will be a shocker to come on the camp. Maybe tomorrow, be prepared to be there for a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes. I would prefer you both, a team of people, talk to each other by face-to-face communication, because one of the principles in Agile is effective communication can happen through face-to-face communication. So let's do that as well. Well, good. Quickly, I would like to listen some of your ideas and thoughts, how it's happening. Okay, I'm getting Riddhi. She can't hear me well. Is my volume a bit low? You're not getting me? Anybody has a problem of hearing me? Okay. Riddhi, look like, can you increase your device volume? Try a little bit. Because the device, what I have, should be able to amplify the sound really well. How about the audience? Are you all able to hear me well? Are you getting my sound clear, crisp? Yes, loud and clear. Okay. Yes, it's clear. Yeah, I'm getting a message. It's clear. Ritik, can you please try once more? Probably it may work. One more round. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks all for giving the message. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Good. What we do is we will open with some content. We'll talk about it. And also I'll have some introduction session where we're going to introduce to ourselves, one another for a few minutes. That's going to happen a little later. And by now I will start with the content, what we are going to learn, because that's very important. Right. And how many of you been into Agile course or Agile certifications before? You can put in the chat window if you have done any Agile certification. It could be CSM, it could be some other certificate. Actually says yes. Okay. Do anybody have certification in Agile? Can you please name it if you have any? Oh man, actually has a big list. Big list he has. Okay. Okay. Good. I'm saying Sumita CSM, Piyusha CSM, very good. CSM is a good certificate. We are learning, it helps us to learn how to be a good Scrum Master, how to be a good team member. Thanks all for giving the detail. Good. See, Agile is not pretty new. It was just so much years back. Any wild guess when the Agile concept started discussed in the market? Any year, can you tell? In 1909 or in 18th century? Do anybody know when, which year it would have been started? Wild guess. Give a number. It's okay. It can be your birth date also. Oh, Prithvi. Okay. 2001. Okay. You need the number coming up. 2000. Okay. Okay. There's a good try there. Thanks, Sumit and Prithvi. See, it's around 2001, February. Some 17 people joined together and spoke about agility. Hey guys, let's go Agile. It means that we don't have Agile before that. Yeah, we have Agile for a long time, but at least they put into a forum, put into a group. That happened year 2001 in February, 17 people. What they did, simple. They brought around 4 manifesto and 12 principles. That's it. If you learn this, you're good with your Agile. 4 and 12. So my role is I'm going to help you to understand this 4 and 12 very well on every day session. In fact, I will explain these concepts to the depth with examples. Beyond that, what I do is in every session, we'll pick up 1 or 2 from this and talk a little deep and make you all understand. And also, we're going to have some writing habits. People coming with me from PMP, you know that we have a lot of writing habits. So writing habits is going to continue here for this 4 and 12. With this, you're going to get good depth of knowledge, right? That's going to happen. Agile is not so heavy like other knowledge areas what we learn. It's going to be lightweight, but the only thought process in Agile is you have to digest it and you have to start feel the purpose of it and use it, because the using is a little challenging in Agile because every organization try to bend it slightly. Bending is fine. Too much of bending is going to be a problem. So you should know where to start, where to do. This we're going to learn, all right? Okay, well, pretty good. Thanks all once again for joining. I know this timing is a little crazy. Some of you feel that Shriram, this is early morning on a Saturday. Oh man, I'm yet to open my eyes properly. You're asking me to come in the camp. We made this timing in a sense that it will help people from different time zones. If you watch out in this group, we will have people from European region, US region, they're coming in, and India. So it's a combination of people being here. We're trying to balance this time in between. I know it is tough, I agree with you, but for only for a few days, after which you can be free on your own. So kindly take on this time for a learning purpose. I'll tell you one more purpose here, benefit here. When you work with the people from different geographical location, you start getting knowledge from different dimension. That's really going to help you. So why? Because every week we have workshop. What do you mean by workshop? I will give a project in Agile and I'll give some concepts before the project implementation. And I will ask you as a team to implement it. How do you do that? You will start discussing. You will start writing down user stories, estimation techniques, right? Fibonacci series or t-shirt sizing, or you go for poker card. I would do certain things there, right? Prioritization techniques. I want you to do with the people from different geographical location, and that learning is so broader than what you read from the books, because that's very important. That's a primary reason of keeping this time, also to help people from different location, right? So if anybody coming from different time zone and you're sitting very late in the night, I'm much thankful to you. For the people in India, you wake up morning 7, 6. Thanks you guys, because it's not easy. Anybody agree that Shriram, it's too early? Anybody here to say that? Man, Prithvi says crazy time. Prithvi, what's your time there? 3, oh my goodness, 3 a.m. man. Even the milk vendor will come only by 5 o'clock. Thanks, Prithvi. I appreciate it. Thanks. I know I have a bunch of people here who come from different time zones. Crazy, man. I really sometimes admire, when I learned, sometimes I used to learn the night, middle of the night, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, the days when I started learning. That's a passion, I believe, right? That's a passion drives us to learn something, grow something in our life. We're not going to be always waking up at 2 a.m., maybe 5 days or 6 days, but worth it. When you feel that benefit coming back, you feel, wow, it's great. But still, I really appreciate the way you're doing. I'll try to keep the session as interactive as possible, right? So that you don't feel sleepy, you don't lose the track of it. We'll do it. Also, this agile programs, I have planned it like 200 hours per day. So it's a very short duration. In between, we'll get a 15 minutes break. So in this break, you're going to go have your breakfast, dinner, lunch, mid to the night is maybe a cup of coffee, right? So we can do that for 15 minutes. And every week, we will have small workshops, 30 minutes. So the continuous involvement of workshop, breaks, shorter time, and a lot of questions to discuss, a lot of videos to watch, right? So it's going to be a collection of things, and that's going to help you to stay track. Beauty thing about Agile is it is not something only in the books you learn. In this room, I have a great experts of Agile. Some of them got 4 or 5 certificates. Some of them without certificate, they did a lot of projects in Agile. They even know in and out of it. So we're going to listen from you all. So it's not a one-way track, it's a two-way communication. Agile is one of the lightweight, at the same time, who really practice, they speak that language. Sometimes they say that, Shriram, it's not working well. Sometimes they say that, wow, I'm enjoying it. I go office, do my work, come out. I don't have to report anybody, I don't have to wait for anybody. And it's really working. So we're going to listen to all those factors. Collectively, this program is going to be a team effort, like an agile team, self-organizing team, where you're going to learn together. And your exam target would be hardly 4 or 5 weeks timeline, we close the exam. Is it that easy? Yes. Once a class is getting ready for 5 weeks or 4 weeks, all these 4 weeks you will have assignments, study plan, material to read. It is not after Saturday, Sunday, you will sleep and will come on next Saturday, Sunday. Within these days also, you will read 20 minutes per day. You're going to do that as a program for 1 week. Again, one more week. Again, one more week. When we complete the course, you would be 40 to 60% read the material. All set. When the class gets over, 2 to 3 weeks, close the exam. Not more than this, because this is a very straight, easy exam. 120 questions, 3 hours, mostly straight questions. Some slight scenario, most of them straight questions. We know how to clear this exam. So ACP, cakewalk, you are done with your certificate. Believe you are done with your certificate. That doesn't mean that somebody is going to sit and write with you. It is something you are going to write. Its exam is going to be pretty easy, right? And you are coming from a big tough exams in the market. I'll tell you this is an easy certificate. But if you come from very easy certificate like CSM, this is not like that. Slightly above, because PMI has a standard. That's a message. Well and good. Anybody here so much late in the night? One says 3 a.m. Anybody here tall? Above 11 p.m. Anybody here? Okay. Okay. If you anybody coming very late in the night, it's going to go for 2.5 hours. I try to ask you to have some good bit of water, have a coffee with you, stay with me for a while. We'll take good breaks in between and we'll start listening to you. Let's make active to one another. Great. And people coming early in the morning, your breakfast should be getting ready. In next 1 hour, you're going to have a break. In this break, have a good, tasty breakfast. For now, just stay with me. Well, good. Just a confirmation. Riddhi, are you able to hear me properly now? Is my volume coming up good to you? Perfect, perfect, Riddhi. Okay, we have a good facility of good camera system. Through this camera, you can see really well the board. Board will be visible, right? And also we have a good mic system to give amazing quality of voice. And we have good lighting system set up so that you don't miss any font written here. And also you can watch out any dot in my face, right? So we made enough facility to make it everything clear. But still sometimes due to network or network bandwidth, it may slightly drop down and come back. So don't feel bad. We have this session being recorded. What do you mean by recorded? Once the session gets over, within 2 to 3 hours, you will get the video shared with you in our WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group where we discuss on this ACP topic every day, share questions. In that WhatsApp group, this link will be shared. So you can see the course anytime. Shriram, some visitor came on my door. I went to the door for 20 minutes. I lost the concept of user story estimation. You are talking that, I missed it. What to do? Go back, play the video, you'll get an idea. Then come back to our WhatsApp group. Let's talk about it. We'll get the clarity on that. So that's a benefit of having doing this. And also with this COVID, we could not do in-person training, which we do usually in the hotel, right? So now what happened is we want to do the classroom feeling. You can watch out the facility which we're given here, where you won't feel as if you are somewhere else. You will feel as if you're in the classroom, where we can write, we can talk, we have slides, we have videos, you get all the stuff. Yeah, that's going to happen. Fantastic, great. Vishal, I'm seeing a message from you. What I have to take from that? I'm telling something on ignore. Sorry.
Actually, I accidentally written it on Lakshmi's chat window that I am on 9 PST time zone. So I said that ignore it, and now it goes to you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, some basic stuff here. Thanks, Vishal. Basic stuff here. In the chat window, before you chat, on the top, there is a button called private. there is a button called all. So now if you choose that, it will go to everyone. Just try it once. It will have for everyone. Set it as everyone. So that what will happen is you don't put your message to someone. Rather, you can put a message to directly to the forum. But of course, if you privately want to chat somebody, telling them, man, Shriram is doing crappy training. Yes, you can tell that privately to somebody. But again, in the group, you can put all the message in front of all for the question and answer and some kind of discussions. I'm going to throw you some questions. For the questions, I want you to answer in this group. And that way we all see what we all thinking together, right? Thanks, Vishal, for reminding that. I think I said the basics here. Some of you may be new to Zoom. Zoom has become a very famous online streaming, and it's a very secure system. So you don't use any of your passwords. You just want to click it, a link, and you join here. Okay. And we have a licensed account for Zoom. So everything's highly protected. You can be safe and good with the system. And we give the recording on everyday session where you can download it. You can listen it anytime. This recording video is permanently for you. It's your asset, right? You can download it in your laptop, in your mobile once the class gets over. Well, good. As I said, I'm going to move in. Before I move in, maybe there will be some burning questions happening for you. Let me listen some of your questions, then I bring the slide because we're going to be in the slide for some time. Before going to the slide, I would be happy to listen any other open thoughts, any burning questions for you, which I can help immediately. But of course, I'm going to talk about the certification model. I'm going to talk about the books to read. I'm going to talk about the study plan, the eligibility criteria, fee structure, and subject. These are all going to come in the way. Beyond that, you have something which is, Shriram, please help me. I'll be happy to help. Let's take 2 minutes. Any questions? Okay, quickly, I'm seeing a bunch of people again. Afon is here. Hey, Afon, thanks for joining. Kiri, Mahesh, Savio. Hey, Savio, good to see. Somebody, A9650D. Can you please put your name? Right click and change your name. Good to see you. Lakshmi, Dheeraj, Vishal. Fantastic, fantastic. I'm seeing a bunch of people today. Happy to see you all. Okay, I'm taking it as no questions. Kickstart. Let's start in that case. Do. Oh, there is a chat window. Okay, Atul is putting a question. Is there a sequence of doing course like CSM, SAFE, ACP? Atul, amazing question. In certification, there is no sequence at all. Anybody can do certificate at any time, right? So one thing is the demand in the market and the knowledge what we hold with us. These two combined together. So you're putting a question that CSM, SAFE, and ACP. In that order, how do I learn? I learned CSM first, and then I learned ACP second. Then I learned SAFE. The reason is SAFE came only a few years back, and it is very famous only from last year. And ACP, I know it's a big umbrella where I can learn a lot of stuff, so I went for ACP. Before that, whenever I first started learning what is Agile, I thought CSM is one of the best in the world. Yes, by the time, right? So there is no specific sequence, Atul, for your question directly. But if you learn all these three, it's a cake for you. You are highly demanded in the market. I have all these three with me, and I feel anytime I want to change a job, matter of maybe days, I'll get it because you have all important certification in the world. So your question, no sequence, but you can learn anything at any time. Great, let's go. Thanks for putting one question and making sure that you all are listening. Because sometimes when you say any question, no question there. Oh my goodness, it's happening, it's happening. Umbrella, let's go in. There it goes. Slides coming up. So can somebody tell me, hey Shriram, I'm seeing the slide. Are you seeing the slide? Can you give me a chat window? Yes, yes, from everyone. Let everyone confirm it. You may be in mobile, you may be in iPad, you may be in laptop, you may be watching from television. Please confirm so that we are good to go. Riddhi is saying yes, Sachin saying yes. Very good, very good. Fantastic. I also seeing that all are putting chat as everyone. That's a good thought. Okay, go ahead. I'm in to see from few more people. Okay, okay. Okay, with this few confirmation, I get a feel that you all getting me audio, video, and screen. I know these things looks crazy. Shriram, do we need to confirm all this with everybody every time? Yes, because we are into video streaming only last 2 to 3 years. And we're ready to get to this level, right? I'm talking about the market. Maybe after 4 or 5 years, this has become like a light, like a fan. It'll be here, take it for granted. Those days, I don't even to talk about this. It'll be granted stuff. So until then, let me do this confirmation. I don't want you to stay back because the technology is not supporting you. Well and good. I'm just kickstarting, opening with PMI-ACP content. Okay. Um, what you see here on the screen is a set of information about ACP. When it's a set of information, some are domain, we call it as a domain, some are we call it as a chapter, sometimes we call it as a lessons, whatever you want to put in the name, right? So if you see in the screen, you see 7 domains. 7 is a very good number. Can somebody tell me some big stars holding the number 7? Do anybody know that in sports we have some guys holding the number 7? Who holds number 7 in sports? Big guys. Oh, Akshay says Dhoni. Only Dhoni. That is one world famous guy, right? I know Dhoni is famous. Ronaldo, ooh, the famous guy, man. The whole world will look for him. Okay, Dhoni is famous. I'm not saying no, but Ronaldo is something different level, right? All these guys are 7. Okay, 7 is a very lucky number and good number. So we can have a 7 domains in ACP. Pretty cool domains all are, right? A lot of stuff to learn. And we talk about stakeholder, the people related information here. We talk about how the value goes to the market, MVP, minimum viable product, right? Agile principles and mindsets. This is a place we're going to learn Scrum, Kanban, XP, Crystal, FDD, going on. Lot of methods about Agile. We're going to learn here. The first chapter is big and it talks a lot of stuff. And problem detection, resolution, risk management, and continuous improvement. That is process improvement, product improvement, people improvement. And adaptive planning is the place we talk about estimations, poker card, t-shirt sizing, and we talk about user story, how to write it. What is the best way of writing user story? Use the invest model, INVEST, invest model. These are all we're going to talk there. I might have a good content here. I love the way ACP is organized. When you read the books of ACP, you'll be surprised. Oh my God, this is so big, man. Because I come from the background of CSM. I come from the background of learning SAFE, SAFE. But I feel ACP is a consolidated certificate, which consists of all these details in one place. You mean, Shriram, when I do this one certificate enough for everything? I will not say that way, but it has information of everything covering CSM, covering SAFE. You'll be surprised. When I read that the place called continuous improvement, when I read the place called value driven delivery, there they started talking about the value streams or value mapping. These are nothing but the same being given the high size in SAFE. SAFE is a beautiful certificate, but again, I see ACP helps me to learn it. Now, what happened is, Atul put a question, Shriram, is there any sequence for it? I don't see any sequence, but fortunately, I learned in that sequence. I learned CSM, then I learned ACP, then I learned SAFE. So what happened is, whenever I go and sit for a certificate, it looks so easy for me because already I know the previous step of it, right? It happens so, and it's working. All these are the same family, but different flavors. We can try that. Okay, quickly on this, on the screen, you will see a pizza or a pie chart. And this pizza talks about some sizes given here. Can somebody make a guess what could the sizes be? There are some numbers here. For each domain, there are some numbers here. Can somebody make a guess what it will be? Just make a wild guess. Why they give the numbers here? That's a percentage given here. The pie chart says something. Okay, somebody put in the chat. Be free to be chat. You are not being judged. You can be so free. Exam questions. Okay, exam content. Okay, obviously for me that's exam questions. Topic weightage for the exam. Very good, Dheeraj. Weightage. Rather going by exam weightage, I go with the Piyush. Generally said weightage. This weightage talks about our agile mindsets also. Not only for the exam, agile mindsets also, right? What actually this plays a role in agile? That's a point I'm also seeing from the direction. And also exam matters. Thanks a lot. Thanks for putting the answers here. So you know what? When you start answering, when you start participating, you start getting a lightweight feel. because some of you sitting in the class after a few years and also waking you early in the morning to sit in the class is not easy stuff. So when you start typing, talking, asking questions, it could be how silly a base question keep asking. That makes you active in the program. That's very important because I know online is not that easy. Well, good. Let's move a little more. By the way, this is the institute which is offering the ACP certificate. What is this institute? PMI. For some of you, very new institute. Some of you already know this institute end to end. You already sleep in that institute. Okay, now PMI stands for Project Management Institute. The Project Management Institute is in Pennsylvania, United States, and they have a big headquarters, right? Right, big headquarters. And now what happened is they have a lot of certificate with them. What do you mean by a lot of certificate? They are the project management certification provider in the world. The big group, billions of dollars. Believe me, billions of dollars. They are very rich. Okay. See, look at the revenue here. The revenue they make is so huge. Oh my goodness, Shriram, it's big, man. Yeah. So Sunil Prashad from UK, Indian origin person, he is the CEO of this group. After he came in, things are changing upside down. Now he's proposing much of PMP, much of agile courses in the market. It's really going well. Anybody who holds a certificate from this institute is going to be proud enough because your certificate will be highly valued in the market. Why so? It's not valued before. It's valued, but somebody has to talk about it, right? With whom you have to talk about? You have to talk with the Fortune 100 companies. What is Fortune 100? The top companies in the world. When somebody goes and propose them, guys, we have the best certificate in the world. When you recruit people, if you can go for this people, qualified people, we will give definitely value. Also tell me what your company needs so that we can tune our certificate. This is a dialogue happening for last few months or year, and it's making all the certificate more powerful. So whenever you hold a certificate from PMI, you can proudly walk into any Fortune 100 companies. I was part of Fortune 100 company. I was at the Fortune 12 company for nearly 12 years. 12, 12, okay. So I know the value of PMI. They have a close relationship. They have a close relationship with all the Fortune 100 companies. So you are in the right place for your right certification. So what all they have? Okay, anyway, it's not advertisement for PMI. You have PMP, of course, we know that. Where is this? This is our certificate, ACP. This is the only certificate with PMI Institute for so many years. But recently, they came with something called Disciplined Agile. So what is a Disciplined Agile? Is it a basic course or a higher course? I will tell it's a higher course. The moment you have an ACP with you or some other Agile course, you can start seeing that Agile should be enlarged, bigger. When you say bigger, you start understanding discipline or SAFE, safe, scale agile framework. Coming back, this is the institute which you are learning. And this institute is there from 1969. Oh man, this is the time when I was in college first year. Anybody like that? Okay, maybe you may not born. Yeah, most of you. So 1969 is the time the institute opened, but they didn't launch these courses by the time. They were very basic by the time. Slowly they did it. 1990s, 2000 picked up crazy. They picked up crazy. But one thing you have to understand, anything comes out of PMI Institute will be highest standard. What do you mean by standard? The material will be amazingly great. The question answer sessions will be amazingly great. What I mean is the exam will be valuable. When you complete an exam, it's a real worth exam. Specifically, anybody coming from PMP knows that, oh my God, it took my breath, right? That's how it will be. Okay, that's a little about PMI. Here it is. When PMI I had to talk about ShriLearning also. Yeah, we have courses on PMP, we have courses on ACP. So what is the relation here? PMP talks a big cycle covering all the domain in the world. ACP primarily covers information technology. But now what happened is Agile is being adopted in other domains also. So in this class, I have people from IT and non-IT background also. So now, primarily this talks purely agile. This is 100% agile. Okay, this is 100%. So it means Shriram not here. Here they talk around 75% non-agile and 25% agile. But going forward, they're going to be 50-50. That's a plan happening there. In future, in 2021, this can become 50-50. 50-50. Because we have domains a lot, right? Don't need agile at all. They may need agile thoughts, but not to implement everyday life. So they cover all the domains in the world. Plus ACP will always will be there with 100% agility. When you want to scale it, want to do it in a big organization, lot of stuff, then they go for safe. It's a big picture. There's a trending thing in the market. What do you mean by trending? People like it. People want it. Every company says that, are you safe qualified? If you have safe qualification, good value. Well, good. Okay, quickly certain factors here. I want to put just points here. We would like to give higher respect for you. When I say high respect, you come from different background of life, different background of your learning, different background of your society. So the high respect to you, and our service team will try to be always in touch with you. So it doesn't mean that you're which time zone and what kind of learning you have, right? It's not been seen in that direction. The moment you reach the system here, the respect will be always high for you. The same should happen within us in this group. We should respect each other's value and their thought process. Why I want to put this? We're going to have more amount of interaction next few weeks. You're going to work as a workshop with a set of people. So I would expect you and me work as a respectful people and taking their suggestions and opinions. For example, you talk about a project model agile, and somebody telling that no, this is not the way to do. Other person says no, 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 you can't do say like that. It should not go in that kind of argument. Rather, it should be a healthy discussion. So we have to respect each other really well. Well, good. The next point, since somebody knows the information, doesn't mean that they become bigger. It primarily can go to me, right? Since I'm telling the information here, doesn't mean I know everything in the world. Since I had an opportunity to clear the certificate sometime early, so I'm having an opportunity to explain it. That's it. There is no big and small here. Everybody equal here. We're going to share knowledge with one another. So you can feel very easy that we are just sharing knowledge with one another. Nothing more than that, right? So no big, no small. So no ego, no stuff of I know everything, nothing. Everybody has equal level. Now let's come back to these students. In the class, the students, we have different variety of students. One is high brilliant. High brilliant can be like people who can get one shot. You tell them once, they get it. You don't need to tell them a second time. Sometimes they'll be overboard also. They have a lot of information. The second category is you need to repeat them second time or third time, they get it. That's our second category. I see majority fall in this category. Second time, they'll get it. And third category, there is a people who says that Shriram, I need help because I come from the background where I don't have any knowledge on this. Also, my brain cannot accommodate faster. I'm a bit slow learner. We want to help them as well in these classes. So when I give an example, when I give a time for question and answer, you can come out with the questions and get it, right? So it can have multiple levels. And as I said, we respect for the people. So you're respected for your knowledge, for experience, what you carry. At the same time, we have to help people at the all levels. That's the reason sometimes I'll go a little slow, sometimes go a little fast, sometimes I'll give examples at layman level, sometimes I try to give high level. I'll have a mix of things. But if you find can be a little more explained, can be a little more done, you have all the rights to tell that, please help me. Now, for this reason, for after every break, after the break, I'll give 5 minutes time. We'll talk some questions and we'll clarify, then move. Again, after session gets over, again 10 minutes I'll give time for the Q&A. So for Q&A, you have time after the break and after the session gets over. That's a good deal. Are you a good deal for that? Asking questions? Let me get yes from you. Are you a good deal for the questions? You're going to ask me questions post the break and post the session also. Well, good, well, good. Questions will pop up. Okay, first 2-3 days, there'll be a lot of questions. Great, thanks for giving a okay sign there. Well, good. Let's move a little more. I appreciate your cooperation. Fantastic. I'm getting yes from most of you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Because without question, we can't move. Because questions are important. It's a two-way communication. But let's keep a time for question, right? So post break 15 minutes, have good breakfast, come healthy, ask healthy questions. Again, 2.5 hour session gets over. When the session gets over, I'll say thanks, everybody will move out. If you want to stay there. I'll be with you for 10 minutes. Let me clarify some more questions. That's a deal I have. Well, good. Okay, thanks for your support. Okay, ACP Agile practice. Okay, here it goes. That's a certificate. Can someone tell me what is on the right side? You see a pie chart now? There's a pie chart now. What is that to the right side? That's a scoring. So the pie chart, what you see on the right side is a scoring. On the left, what you see is your certificate. When you clear the certificate, you may get like this. Okay, somebody quickly notice that, Shriram, your certificate is going to end by December 2020. Oh my God, what are you going to do? Okay, if I have a thought like that, there is something called a renewal process. I have to renew it. It means I may not need to write the exam again, but I have to collect some 30 points. What do you mean by 30 points? They call us 30 PDUs. So what I did is last year I attended a SAFE training, SAFE. It gave me around how many hours I attended? Around 35 hours I attended. Sorry, 32 hours I believe. Yeah, I attended 32 hours. It's a 4-day training. Now this 32 hours helped me to fill this. I'm done. So this is how one training will help other training. What ideally they want is, are you learning something? So they found me learning advanced course of SAFE. So they found that, okay, it's worth it, man. Now you can renew it. I'm yet to renew. I had to pay some money. I didn't do that. It's waiting for me. So I earned the PDU like that. That's a way of learning PDU. Now this is certificate. Scores will be like this. I know some of you may be aware of it. If you're very new to PMI concepts, PMI says we will not tell you what is your passing score, but you have to pass the exam. Crazy, right? They won't tell you what is your passing score, but they ask you to pass the exam. So what they do is they tell that either you pass or F, either of one. This is what they'll tell you. Also, they tell you you got above target in certain areas, you got below target in certain areas, you need improvement in certain areas. This is how they'll tell you. This is a chart. If you watch out, the person has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places the person got above target, 2 places he got target. It's a safe side. Imagine if you have too much of red color here, then you are in trouble. It is like a COVID red zone. Too much of red zone, you are in trouble. Green zone, you are happy. Okay, this is the situation. Don't worry about the scores now, but generally the market says if you get 70%, you are good to clear the exam. Totally, there are 120 questions. I'm going to show that 120 questions. In this, if you are 70%, you will clear the exam. Belief. PMI is not stated, it's a belief. Okay. Before I move, any questions in the certificate? If I want to help somebody. Before I move to next, any questions on certificate? Okay, I believe you got it. Let me move a little more. Oh, there is something coming up. Average time for preparation, Atul. Yes, Atul. It should go 3 to 5 weeks of time, including the classes. 3 to 5 weeks of time. It's a pretty decent time to clear, right? So Vishal is putting a question. Hey, is it equal to SAFE? I will not tell you equal. SAFE is a little bigger in the sense of we talk about portfolio, we talk about lean, 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 which we have here in ACP, but not to that level. We are learning what is Agile. That is in ACP. You have to learn what is Agile. Once you get the idea of what is Agile, now you can go for scaling the Agile. That is in SAFE. Scaling means making it bigger. So you learn Agile and you learn scaling Agile. Both are there. So Shriram, can I go directly to SAFE? Yes, you can. Nothing wrong. Nothing is going to stop you. But if you have this knowledge and other than you start learning scaling Agile, it's going to be a little more beneficial, right? So either way you can learn, but it's not equal. It has its own value. SAFE has little higher value because of its lean concepts, because of its systems thinking concepts, but that helps when you learn ACP with a concept called agile with little bit value concepts, little bit lean concepts. We do have lean here, very light there, whereas that will be very heavy. That's a message. Hope you got it, Vishan. Hope Atul, you got the message. Okay, well, good. On the preparation front, I'm going to talk more. When I say preparation, you will read for some time a book. I'm going to give you 3 books which you have to start reading, out of which you will choose either of one, not all. And you will read along with the session. When the session is going on, Mondays to Friday, I'll be giving you some tasks to read. If you just read that within 3 weeks or max of 5 weeks, your certificate is done. Not even the training, along with the training certificate get over, because it's a paper which you can learn faster, right? Hope that's good. Well, thanks for the question. Let's move. So here, I try to pull it this page from PMI website to show you what is the pricing factor, what is the timeline for the exams. That's a big question. Hey, is this certification can be done only with the people more than 5 years of experience? I have to tell you, no. If you watch out here, they're asking prerequisite. You can show 2000 hours of general experience, right? It can go max of 12 months of time, which you can show general experience, and around 1500 hours. 1500 goes around 6 to 8 months of time. And this is on an agile experience. Some is on agile project, some is on general project. How to fill these details? That's my responsibility. I don't think you have to worry about it now because we work out on how to fill a form. So application processing is with me. Don't worry, right? I'll take care of it. But for your information, if you carry around 2 to 3 years of experience overall, you're well and good to go for the exams. That's it. Fee structure. That's important. There's something called member, non-member. Let's see a non-member around $495 you have to pay. If anybody a member, $435 you have to pay. There are a lot of discount schemes running in PMI. PMI is these days good, having a lot of discounts like Amazon. But for ACP, they don't show much discount. For PMP, they just show a lot. Right? ACP is not there. Maybe it will come soon. So that's a fee structure here. Okay. Let me go to next slide, which has a lot of information about this exam. I know we are trying to get more information before I get into the subject. Some of you may know this information already. Hey, Shriram, this enough, man, go to the subject. Yeah, I want to go to the subject. But some of you very new, let's try to help them a few minutes, then go to the subject, right? So we have a 120 multiple choice questions, right? They'll give an answer choice A, B, C, D, either of one you choose. That's how it is. No negative marking, right? So you're happy. Either of one answer, you have to choose, not more than that. So you have to earn 30 professional development units after certificate completion, not now. Now, pricing, we know 21 contact hours you have to get from the agile practice. That's what you are here. When you complete this course, you will get 21. This 21 will help you for your PMP, PDUs also. If you already have a PMP, this will help you to get the PDUs for you, right? And yeah, it's all sharing with one another. If you do here, that will help there. If you do save, it will give you 30 PDUs or 16 PDUs. In save, you will get 16 PDUs. I went for a different course, which is 32. If you do something called Save Agilist, which we conduct on a Saturday, Sunday, when we have August 8th and 9th, we have a safe training. If you attend the training, you will get 16 PDUs here. Okay, 12 months general, 8 months stuff. Well and good. One interesting thing, Shriram, how many times I can take an exam of ACP with this fee structure? If you ask me the question, once. So PMA is very strict on that. If in case we lost the exam, we have to go with a rewriting, which is $335 for member, non-member $395. I don't talk about retake even in PMP. So if it is ACP, no thought at all. First shot, done. That's it. Any doubts in fee structure, membership, anything can help you here before I move on? I'm going to get a subject. I want you to listen to you. Now, Atul is asking how to show this experience. Any letter from existing organization where I'm working? Nothing, Atul. We have to fill the details and we have to submit it. And we have a template of filling the details. I'll show you what's a template. You can just follow it, fill it. You no need to inform your company at all. Nobody has to know that you're doing this course. right? You can inform them for reimbursement purpose. You can inform them, but no disturbance to them. We can do on our own itself. Hope that helps you, Atul. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And Vishal says, I have attended PMP LinkedIn and gained 35 PDUs. Will that help? LinkedIn PDUs will not help you, right? You are telling PDUs point, but this is 21 contact hours for your Agile certification. So they'll expect you to have that. PDUs is after you gain your certificate, you fill the rank. Contact hours is you have to learn as a course where you have to go for the exam. So for that reason, you have to go for it. But what you said is right. When you get the PDUs, that can be filled in other places after you get the certificate. Hope that helps you, Vishal. Then Riddhi is putting a question. How many times anyone can give ACP exam? How many attempts allowed? Ooh, that's a good question, Riddhi. PMI is always strict on that line. So they give 3 attempts in a year. They know beyond that you don't have money with you. Because imagine every year you're going to spend around $400, $500, huge money. So what they do is they give 3 attempts. I'm writing the exam, $495. Some reason, psh, gone. One more time, $395. Gone. One more time, $395. Gone. Fourth time I'm applying, and that guy will tell that, Shriram, you're so brilliant. We see that you're so brilliant. Better don't apply now. Go home, sit and read for 1 year, and then come back. Then you will feel better. In that way, like PMI, they don't want to earn money from you when you're not good. They say that go learn and come back. So answering your question, really, 3 attempts are allowed. All 3 attempts you have to pay the fees, and this is allowed in 1 year of time. If 3 attempts you can't fill in 1 year, they'll say thanks, take a break, come back after some time. Hope that helps you, Riddhi. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, thanks for that questions. Good questions coming up. Right, very good. Let's move on. I know people are saying, Shriram, please, subject. Are you enough with the questions and exam? Okay, I know, I know, I know. But again, a lot more are there. I don't want to drill everything on the first day itself. I'll show step by step for you all because a lot to learn, right? We have more weeks to learn. Why urgency here? Because step by step. Okay, this girl is saying something to us. Guys, learn the domain. Okay, that's what it is. I don't want to drill too much here, but I want to tell you there are 7 domains. If we attack each domain 2 days, then only 2 days, yeah, this domain will eat some time because it's going to talk about Scrum, kanban, AXP, pretty little heavy. And this domain also pretty little heavy, which talks about MVP, value, prioritization, Moscow rule, must, should, could, have. Right? These are the rules going to happen here. Rest will be pretty easy. For example, stakeholder and team. If you see here, this is team, this is stakeholder. It's pretty easy. If anybody coming from already a project management knowledge, my God, you will sleep, wake up and read in 2-3 hours. That's how it is. This is an interesting area. Poker card, estimation technique. Some of you would be already doing it. Anybody in this group do estimation? Anybody here use poker cards? Anybody here use Fibonacci series? Anybody here to do that? Huh? Oof, 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 oof. I got sorry, I put my pen down. You would have, I don't know whether you see this, visible. Something like this, you've seen it? Poker card. 1, they give a number as 3. Yeah, numbers. Yeah, these are the poker cards, right? Now we have digital cards. These cards are gone now. We have digital cards in the market now. Yeah, some of you playing it, right? Wait, let me see your chat window. So, okay. Oh, I can see 4 or 5 people saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, good, they're doing it. So those factors we're going to learn here. It's a very interesting fact. Today I'm going to touch something in this area. Okay. And then problem detection, risk management, and this is also easy. So what I do is today I'm going to try some in this area to explain some factors about how the project works in Agile way. Planning, estimation, those are things I'm going to try today. And slowly I'll take to other areas, interesting areas. There is no specific reason for you to read only in the order. You can read any chapter in this book because Agile is a very open concept. But still, certain things, if you learn like an order, like learning the value, learning the estimation techniques, this will really help you for the examination. Well, good. Let's move a little more. Subject, subject, subject. Let's go subject. Books. Oh my goodness. Again, I have something more. Books are here. We have 3 books. Which one to read? Inky, Pinky, Ponky, Father had a donkey, right? If I want to choose that way, my finger will go and stop here. Okay. Most of you got this book. I think most of you would have had this book with you. And you have books of 3 variety in the market. All these books are open, available in the market, payable or also available. And some are hard copy, some are soft copy, as you wish. That's a different model. Which book is really good to the exam? Take this book, really good book. Just read it once, maybe second time, you are done. Almost 300 pages. That's it. Shriram, this is given by PMI. You're not recommending this. Yeah, this is good. I'm not saying no. They have a good content, but not exactly on the 7 domains. Right? See, I'm from a school academic where my academic is have a syllabus, read as per the syllabus, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Of course, I come from that background. Some of you guys who read novels, who need chapters, books, just like observing all the content. If you're a person like that, you can also read Agile Practice, Head First. These are good books with information. But I come with a systematic reading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all done. If that's the case, I would prefer amazing book because each chapter has a 25 questions. Once you read a chapter, what do? You take this 25 question to see, did I understood? If not, read it again. Also, end of the book, we have 120 questions, exam question pattern. That's really good, right? You practice that. Of course, our team has around 3,000 questions to practice. 3,000, huge. If you practice hardly 2 to 3 exams, more than enough for ACP, not more than that. Well, good. In this books, any questions? I can help you anybody before we move on. Some questions popping up. Akshay is putting a question. We will be getting soft copies of the. Yes, Akshay, already you should have got. You will get every help here. Don't worry. All support done. Third book, Mahesh, that is the Head First Agile. It is there. It is a good book, but I don't feel it is exactly having all the 7 domains. So it's good in a way to learn what is Agile. That's good. Sumit is putting, is there any prepcast? Yes, it is there. Sumit. Don't worry about that. All our support will take care of it, right? Sumit, only thing we have to listen in the class. Rest all taken care. You are good for an exam. Okay, thanks, Sumit, for the question. Yeah, we have a lot of similarities in the market. Oh my goodness, still I didn't go for the subject. Sorry, guys. I have one more topic here. Agile experience. Somebody asking me how to fill it. Okay, I put a sample here for you. You have to show 8 months. What I did is I put 9 months, which removed 1 month and showed only 8 months. For them, they want only 8 months of your knowledge. Okay, I have marked. Okay, I just made a sample out of it. This is the format I filled in. What is the goal? What is the execution adaptation model? How the iteration works? How the process improvement works? Product improvement works? There is no template here. This is a template I have created, and it's a very successful template. And yeah, almost something like this will work for your examination. Don't worry. Your exam application is my responsibility. You have to fill education. You have to fill your experience and your exam details. This is easy, nothing. This is where you write your ShriLearning. You learned 21 hours of ACP. That you will fill it here. And this area is what everybody has a doubt. For that area only, I have these details. Apart from that, one more form is there. I'm sure that as you get to the close to the exams, I will share the templates. I'll do the process. Application process, don't ever worry. That's taken care. Well, good. Now I want to do a little hurdle before you go for a break. So what we want to do is, I know, by now I think you should have made up, comb your hair, put some powders, get ready. Now you have a name, tell your domain, and what is the leadership model you are, right? So it's good to listen as a team. I would prefer if you can come on the cam, it would be nice. And let's have an introduction, shake hands, right? Let's do it for 5-6 minutes, understand each other. It's a good way to kickstart the day, right? That will be helpful to us. Shall we do that for 5 minutes if you're good? So 3 things you're going to talk. I talk about name, domain, leadership if you do anything in Agile, or Agile team member. I'm a Scrum Master. I'm a development team member, right? You can talk about it. And if you don't have, that's okay. But if we have, well and good. Let's listen to that. Good. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to open up the gallery mode. I wish you come on the screen with a good smiley face. Okay. Hey, Jidon, thanks for joining. Piyush is here. Akshay, Raghu, Sumit. Yep. Yep. Thanks for coming on the camera. Mahesh is here. Hey, Mahesh, welcome. Good to see you, man. After a long time, huh? Okay, he's my buddy in PMP classes. We were in the same class when we started learning PMP. Thanks, Mahesh, for joining. Great. And yeah, some more yet to come on the cam. If you fish, you can come on the cam. That's well and good. So quickly, we'll talk about three things. Tell your name. Of course, your name is there in the Zoom name list itself, but still good to hear from you. Tell your name. Tell the domain. Generally, in agile courses, most people will be in the IT domain, right? Let's not tell only IT. Under IT, you may be doing some banking operations. Under IT, you may be doing something on healthcare related products, right? So you can tell in IT, I do this. If that gives a little more clarity, what kind of start you're doing there. And third one is anything on agile you did. Maybe you did a project, maybe you're part of the team. It'd be so nice to hear. Shall we do that quickly? Are you fine with that? Yeah. If it is a morning hour, you can be a little more smiley. You can smile. Nothing wrong in it. Yeah. Agile don't charge you for smiling. You can be a little active day, right? Good. Let's start. Who want to jump first? Piyush, want to jump? Yes, Piyush. Go ahead. Hey, we're not hearing you. Now I got you. Yes, Piyush. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I'm Piyush Goyal. I work as a QA lead in a Noida-based IT company. We basically deal in CV and cover letter services, and I have total 5 years of experience in Agile.
5 years in Agile. Oh,
Years of experience.
okay, great, man. You look pretty young. I thought you'll be only 2 years before you came out of college.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great, Piyush. That's a good start. Thanks for doing that. Okay, who is going to go next? One thing good, when somebody explains, you get the path. Oh, this is how I have to explain. Okay, name, this is what I have to tell. You get a standard now. So Piyush made a standard benchmark. Now you can talk about yourself. Who's going to go next?
Hi.
Mahesh getting in? Yes, Mahesh. Atul, a minute,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. Hey, I'm Agesh from Chennai, and I'm working for an IT-based company, working as a service delivery manager, and I'm working on agile model for the past 1 year.
Okay, past 1 year, well and good, very good. So when you say agile model, is it being driven by the company or your team chosen? Hey guys, let's go for agile. How the thought
Yeah,
came up?
it's the customer who has chosen it. Till last year, it was
Oh,
waterfall model. They have decided to move
okay,
into agile starting this January.
okay, that's a pressure from customer now. Okay, 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 that's good, pretty good. Thanks, Mahesh, I appreciate it. Great, I think Atul was saying to start about. Yes, Atul, please go ahead.
I'm Atul, and I'm working as a QA lead, that is product architect, and I have experience total of 15 plus years. Agile, our company started it 4 or 5 years back. So we are using Jira and Scrum and Kanban board, other tools. So I'm daily into it, sprint planning, meeting, everything. So
Very good.
yeah, that's all.
That's great. So Atul, you like daily stand-up meeting?
Yeah, I like it much. I drive it sometimes, although my
Okay,
colleagues won't prefer it, but that helps to
okay,
keep it
okay,
intact, especially work from home these days.
okay. Okay, I know it's a kind of ask. Do you complete a stand-up within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
It goes to more than 30 minutes.
That's what we're going to learn here. It's a big problem. I tell you, it's not only you, many companies, in the name of stand-up, it will become a status call. Every day, half an hour, right? Team get frustrated. Okay, I know, it's a pain, man. Anyway, let's learn those stuffs. That's what we're going to happen. Thanks, Atul, for bringing that point. Right. Anybody else want to jump down?
Hi, Shriram.
Hey, Pratik. Yes,
Hi,
Pratik.
my name is Prithvi Gowda, and I got around 15 years experience, mostly in UK. Presently working as a director, but what I do is provide a consultancy services for automation industry.
Okay.
I used a lot waterfall model, but the agile is quite pretty new. I mean, not that much experience, maybe year and a half. Yeah, I've got a great passion for project management, so that's why I'm here.
Great. Great.
I'm by the way PMP certified.
Sorry, I missed the last one.
I'm PMP certified as well.
Ah, there you are. Okay. I can see some special light on your face. There I should understood it.
No, it's too dark here. That's why I have a special light.
So which city you are now?
Sorry?
Which city you are now?
I'm in London.
That's why it's a little dark there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's because of the COVID. It's too dark.
Well, good. PMP certified and agile. Agile, you have 1.5 years, right? It's a good experience, I believe. 1.5 is a good experience.
Yeah, it was actually a kind of a mix because I used to work as part of the portfolio. So they used to use quite a lot of the waterfall driven, and agile was okay. I'm not that much hands-on in the agile.
Okay.
So I want to get that on board as well.
Right. Did you say you are director of a group?
Yeah, director of my limited company. So I normally get businesses and execute automation projects for different clients.
Fantastic. So you will be an agile leader to propose agile model organization. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're on the right course today. Well, great, Prithvi. Anything more from you?
That's it.
Thank you. Right. Anybody else want to jump? Who else is going to go?
Can I?
Yes, Akshay.
Hi, good morning all. And good evening to all other people. So my name is Akshay Kulkarni. I have overall around 12 years of IT experience, and in Agile almost since last 6 years. And I'm part of this Agile journey.
6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started my journey as a Agile Scrum Master. So now I'm an Agile coach for my organization.
Okay.
Where I like work closely with different teams to set up the agile practices and fill the gaps what exactly they are having right now.
Fantastic.
So current and what is the desired level. So that is my role currently from agile perspective, and I'm a RPA enthusiastic person. The new technology, robotics process automation. And recently, I completed PMP with you on this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was a roller.
Fresh PMP.
Yeah, fresh PMP. Yeah. That's all about me.
Good. Thanks, Akshay. Good. I know we're going to go for a break in next 10 minutes. Before that, let's quickly listen to some more people. Anybody want to talk about yourself? Dheeraj.
Hi, Dheeraj here.
Dheeraj.
Yeah, so I'm into IT domain-based company, and I'm working for telecom domain projects. Okay, so telecom domain mostly has a lot of waterfall-based projects. So recently, I got a chance to work in an agile project. So it's not much of experience, but around 8 to 9 months of experience in agile-based project.
Pretty good. Pretty good. That's good. Great. Thanks, Dheeraj. Thanks for intro there. Raghu tried to open up the mic already. Yeah, Raghu. Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Shriram. Yeah, hi, all. I'm Raghunathan. I'm working in a pharmaceutical company as a project manager. Have a 12+ years of experience. Mostly, I used to work on the waterfall models. Past 8 months, I was working in the agile model, mostly on the Scrum area. I used to support the Scrum masters on the resource estimations and cost management activities. That I'm working as a project manager for the waterfall models.
Cool, man. So when you say pharma, is it R&D you have to use agile, or it is?
No, I'm an IT sector, IT side. We used to develop softwares for the clinical trials.
Got you. That's pretty interesting. I like it. Thanks for sharing the domain as well.
Yeah,
cool, fantastic. Do anybody want to go say hi? Are you happy to say hi? No.
So hi guys, Vishal here. So I have worked in Agile from last 8 years, and I'm basically software developer. And I covered different domains like telecommunication and healthcare and voice media domains. So I used to work in a company that is in service domain, and most of our people guys are not interested in the agile certification, and even I learned from most of the practitioners who are working in agiles are not aware about the certifications, but they are doing very good and very well in this domain and throat cutting. There, I am also working in throat cutting environment with the throat cutting clients. But now I decided I used to use the LinkedIn, and I found some people are putting the certifications, and you ShriLearning institutes and some others are putting their efforts into it by guiding the Indian people and other world people to help them to clear the PMP certification. So it invited my curiosity that what is this going on here in this domain and how it helping me. So I recently completed a Scrum certification, and I found it very helpful. But today I learned that you shared a word that as disciplined agile. So that is missing here in my company. I will going to be jump let them on this topic, and so that they all learn everything. And I wanted to learn it in depth and go for certification. So that's why I am here. Thank you very much, you guys.
Great, Vishal. Yes, thanks for sharing a lot of details. Appreciate it. I know there are a lot of things in Agile. Let me talk more as I move forward into the. Appreciate it. Hey, Riddhi.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I am Riddhi. I'm from IT domain, and I'm in Agile since 8 months. We recently working on Scrum project management. We are starting to work on Scrum project management.
Great, great. Thanks, Riddhi. Thanks for joining early in the morning. I know it's not easy. Thanks for it. Okay, great. Any more, Riddhi, you want to share?
So I used to learn more about Agile and the best level of the Agile. That's my motive to join this session.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Great. Good. I know it's a good amount of introduction for everyone. Thanks a lot. If I miss somebody, you can say hi. If not, also fine. We have time. We can talk. We have a lot of days coming up. We're not going to stop here. But again, I thought it's a good way to start, because when you listen to some of them, you get an idea, hey, how this people is working and what they're working, right? Okay. Okay. Manish is putting a question. Is this going to help me for PMP in Agile part? Attending the same as part of the preparation PMP exam. Yeah, for PMP, it's very minimal Agile. Even you don't need to listen fully the classes, but some couple of sessions will help you, Manish, to get the basics of Agile in for PMP. But recent days, PMP is not drilling too much in ACP questions. They go 2 questions, 3 questions, sometimes 5 questions. For the 5 questions, it's good to learn the basics. Yes, you can be part of the session. It will definitely help you. Great, Manish. Thanks for asking that question. Now the world is having hybrid mostly. PMP, ACP, SAFE, Discipline Agile is a kind of mix happening. First of all, thanks all for introducing yourself, and thanks for the people who came on the camp. It needs great guts, right? I'm not a camp guy, but the days moving, it become like I become a camp guy because I want to see people, I want to hear people, makes me better. Okay, quickly little intro about me. Myself, Shriram Kumar. I'm in the industry for nearly 18 years. When I say 18 years, it's with a good amount of experience working in different organizations. Fortune top companies like Verizon, where I spend most of my time learning and working as a project manager there. It's a good experience I learned there. And I get certified in certain areas. You can see the top, I made all the advertisements, whatever I can do. I put all my certificates there. This is PMP, which I earned, and we got CSM, Scrum certified. I have ACP, that is, which we are learning now. I have SAFE, that is SPC. SPC stands for Program Consultant, SAFE Program Consultant. So what it means is I'm a coach. So I can coach people in SAFE. I do coaching. In fact, we have sessions coming up in this month. We are in August, right? Yeah, we're in August. So this month it's coming. DevOps, I learned it, but I'm not using it, to be honest. But now where it's helped, I'll tell you. I'll just show the certificate, you'll get some idea. When it's a certificate, I'll show the combination of things working for me now. Now, as I learned DevOps, as I learned Scrum, now I learned Scrum certification. I learned DevOps, this is technical. I learned ACP. Now, if I put all this thing together, it is coming under for me in a save. So here they talk about Agile and something on DevOps coming up and something on Lean coming up. And something called systems thinking is there. These two, it's there in these courses with a lightweight, but when I go to SAFE, this will be heavyweight. So they combine all this thing and become there. Some more items also are there, but I will not tell this is the only item, but this gives value. If anybody want to know about SAFE, today I have one free webinar. Timing should be 6 p.m. IST, I believe. So you can join that free webinar to listen what is SAFE, how it is useful for me in my corporate. You can join that session. Check out with the Rahul. He will give some links for today's session. There you can get it. Okay, that's a little about my learning part. I have some degrees with me. Like I learned something on MCA, Masters in Computers, Masters in Business Administration, and Masters in Psychology. Psychology helps me sometimes to connect with people really well. Sometimes also it is too much because you try to penetrate and see what this guy is thinking. Don't think that way, it can't be done. Somebody asked me, Shriram, psychology, you know what I'm thinking? No, it's so not. I'm not an astrologer here. I'm not a person, but at least you understand the pattern of people, what they do, right? That happens here. Okay, good. What are we going to cover today? I'm going to touch some topic on that area. Yeah, Riddhi, I got the masters with me some time back. Somebody asked me, man, you don't have any other work? Keep on reading. To be honest, I'm a last bencher. Believe me, I'm a last bencher. I never cleared any of the term exams in my schools. So somehow I claim a 10th and 12th. Somehow I passed my degrees. Somehow I did my certification. Somehow I'm here. But after coming to training, I found the passion. That is the way I want to give the knowledge. There I found this is a passion which I want to do. I didn't know that when I'm doing all these degrees that I'm going to be this person. But now I feel that this is why I prepared all this stuff. It's really helping me a lot, and I want to give the best to the market. When somebody learns here, he or she should go back and tell that I learned something completely. That's very important because knowledge sharing is some of the best thing which I feel to happen in the industry. Okay, coming back, that's a little about me. Not too much of advertisement to be done here. Let's stop here. Okay, I'll just show a video about a transformation before I go for a break. There is a video which talks about agile transformation, how the agile transformation happens, right? Let's listen to one of the video, what takes the transformation from one place to another, right? Let's listen to this quickly and go for a break. Are you good for a video? Are you comfortable to listen to video? Can I get yes if you're comfortable? With your permission, you can go, yes, I'm getting yes. Okay, great. We're going to watch a video, we're going to take a break, and we're going to have a good breakfast, lunch, dinner, and come back, right? So let me pull up the video. Okay, where is the video? Video, we want video. Video, agile transformation, where is it? Coming there. Okay, let me take a story which I have listened sometime back.
We believe the future in...
Okay, just you have to confirm me the AV is good. How do you confirm me AV is good? When I play it, you have to see that. Sharing it, computer sounds, share it. Just confirm if AV is good as I play.
We believe the future is agile.
Can I confirm AV is good? I appreciate your time. Thanks for confirming. Let me set up my screen. Well, good. Let's talk about IBM Agile Transformation.
We believe the future is agile. I get asked all the time about IBM's transition to agile. People want to know, was it difficult? Were there challenges? How did we do it? Not just in one location, but across all 170 countries where IBM has a presence. Not only in the software department, but across the entire organization. Well, we certainly have our moments of struggle, but we are 100% committed to changing our company culture and reinventing IBM. When you know you have to change, it's no longer a question of can we, but focusing on we must and we will. That is the beauty of Scrum. It even helps you as you transition into the world of agility. It assumes failure by design. Learn from it, change, and then move forward. But rapid iterations are always preferred to inefficient and ineffective waterfall methods. We welcome employee pushback. We want ideas coursing their way up the chain. It makes us better, it makes us smarter. We believe the Agile framework appeals and applies to every culture, every ethnicity. We needed a cross-cultural platform that would be successfully used on every continent, from major cities to remote villages. The desire for uniformity at this massive level doesn't have to be theoretical. We've proven that it is possible for all departments and industries to be on the same page when it comes to doing the work. To have that kind of buy-in and consistency is almost unheard of at the international corporate level. In the end, it was worth it because it worked. I'm confident that if we did it, so can you. My name is Marcel Gripman. I'm the Global General Manager of Agile at IBM. And we're proud to partner with Scrum Alliance as we change the world of working together.
Hope that was a good one. Okay. I just started pulling up of an agile transformation done in IBM. Okay, IBM is not a small org; it's a very massive org with huge amount of projects running with different organizations and services. How they did this transformation? Transformation can be happen internally from the company proposing to the customer, or customer coming and proposing. Like Mahesh was telling that, right? Hey, customer is asking me, can you go for agile? So how does the transformation happened? How they did it? I thought of pulling those video to show how it is. I have a few more content to share with you, how the transformation journey happens, how they do it, because I can see many of you here as agile leaders. And when you see from agile leader perspective, how it is, when you see from the implementation perspective, how is it, when you start thinking in agile dimension, how is it? I want you to get all this feel. So that's our purpose of sharing this kind of videos, you get a feel. These are the YouTube videos. Okay, it's available to understand how the transformation is happening, right? Hope it was useful. You got some idea how the transformation is happening. Now, what we'll do is, perfect. Okay, thanks a lot. Now, what we do is, let's take a quick break. We're going to take around a 15 minutes break, and we're going to come back. When we come back, we're going to talk about some subject. What subject we have to talk? And I will show that so that you'll get a feel of what you have to learn, because we're going to go into something called, yep. We're going to go for some area called as planning. I want to talk about some factors about how the adaptive nature of planning works, right? What do you mean by adaptive nature? Agile purely talks adaptivity. When you say adaptivity, how frequently we plan, right? In the sense, if you watch out here, you'll have a multiple plans happening. You're going to see something on the long-term plan. We're going to see some on the short-term plan, how the planning works. Also, we're going to see something on user stories, how to write a user story effectively, and what is the estimation model followed, right? I know we have next 1 hour. In 1 hour, we'll try to cover some subject, and followed we'll go to the next, that is tomorrow, to cover some more subject, right? That's coming up post your break. And for now, you all need a good break. You have to stand up and stretch in the early morning. Oh my God, so painful, right? So let's do that. Go and have a good breakfast and come back. We'll take 15 minutes break. Have a good time. Come back. I'm going to put a timer here. After the break, I'm going to give 5 minutes time for a question session. So you can ask any questions on the subject or anything out of it also. We'll try to help you. Are we good for the break? Are you going to say yes for that in the chat window? Okay, I got all the yes from the team. Okay, well, good. Go ahead, have a break, come back. Let's start the subject right away. Well, thank you. Okay, hope you're back there. Yep. Thanks, Rahul, for sharing. Okay, well, good. I know Rahul was helping with some details for us. Okay, some of you it will be useful. Probably you can browse through some of your shared folder where you have the documents, where you have the material to read, and what are the exams to go through. So probably in upcoming sessions, Rahul will help us with sharing those details also as a break time. We'll use it for it as well. Well, I know some of you catch up a good breakfast. I believe heavy breakfast. Okay, some of it's a bit late in the night, and you should be having some snacks to get better. Thanks all for participating here to be there until late in the night, and for the people in the early morning. Did anybody had a good breakfast? Anybody had a good heavy breakfast now in the next last 10-15 minutes? Oh yeah, it's heavy. Magesh says yes. Well, good. We'll give this 5 minutes time. What we'll do is we'll listen to some of your questions. If anything on the subject or anything on the exam part, I can help you so that I can go to the subject. I can run for 1 hour there. Anybody has any questions? I can help you. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat window. If any questions, I'll keep for a few minutes. If not, probably I'll get back to the subject. Okay, so I see no questions. Okay, if any questions, you can keep putting in the chat window and check it up. Now let's get to the subject. Subject is very important. Dun, dun, dun. You have to go to that. Share the screen. The screen is on your way. Oh my God, there's a chat window message. Okay, wait. Okay, Vishal is putting a point. I believe, okay, it's a personal thought from him. I believe all Agile courses have same content. Okay, if that's a course, it will become one certificate, right? So it has, which is shown in the maybe slide. Okay, Vishal, when you say all, do you mean, have you taken any certification before on Agile? Do you have idea on some certificate so that they help me to understand better?
No, not in Agile. I mean, I just cleared a Scrum certification.
Okay, fine, good. More or less content will be close to that. Yes, Vishal, please go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to know that content is, I believe, same, and the practice is different. Maybe.
Got you. Absolutely. But let me, since you put that question, let me try to use this opportunity to explain what is Agile, what is happening in the market, right? That's a better way. Put it a speaker view so that you can see the board, what I'm writing here. Kindly put it a speaker view. Usually the first chapter of ACP talks about this, but again, today I'm going to talk something in a different area. So that's the reason I'm putting stuff here. I think board up to this is visible. Okay, well and good. So now what happened is, Agile came in 2000, okay, one timeline. Now what happened is, before this in 1980s or 1990s timeline, they started talking more about agility. They started expecting that, when I say they, the industry started expecting, hey guys, can we do a better way? Not the way what we're doing now. Doesn't mean it's wrong. What we're doing is also amazing, great job in project management. But traditional management is not sometimes helping that knowledge-based projects. What is knowledge-based projects? IT falls under knowledge-based projects where the requirement keep fluctuating. Now, 1980s and 1990s, they started talking. There was a timeline, you started seeing certain courses in the market, something like we had a Scrum. Scrum was there. We had XP. We already have kanban. It is not new. We also have lean. We also have something called crystal. These are few methods. It is there for some time. Now all these people of this group, they met in 2001. And they said that, why don't we derive something very common where we can call it as a method which everybody can use it. That was a birth time of Agile. Now what happened is they framed a 4 manifesto. Yes, so I'm sure you people went with the CSM certification would have heard this term called manifesto. And they framed 12 principles. Now this became a big umbrella. Actually, I want to draw a better umbrella. This is my better artist work. Okay, I'm poor in art. Okay, don't feel bad. Oh, Shriram, that's a bad umbrella I've seen in my life. Okay, okay, this is an umbrella where it has a 4 and a 12 manifesto, and 4 manifesto and 12 principles. Now, all this team which you saw in 1980s and 90s, they have the system already in place, and that system is what we call 4 and 12. So when we say Agile umbrella, you will have the same Scrum, which is showed here, same XP, same Crystal, and you have Kanban, you have Lean, you have FDD, and more are there. More are there. Let's not worry too much about it. But now what happened is, Vishal is putting a question, hey, all are same. I would tell there is some difference between each area. As I say, this is where all concepts started, and that derived into Agile. And Agile became 4 manifesto and 12 principles. And anybody follow that is called as Agile methodology. So Scrum is there before even Agile formed. XP is there even before Agile formed. Who formed Agile? The same guys of Agile, same guys of Scrum, same guys of XP, they all met. Let's put a common forum. That's where it happened. So when you read Scrum, XP, Kanban, almost we breathe the same. Why? Because these guys do the same stuff. But there are some differences in certification. Since we learned certification in Scrum, Scrum certification will talk only its own methodology, how to do implementation. They talk a little bit on 4, they talk a little bit on 12, and they talk about the methodology implementation model, how to implement it. The same way, if you go to XP, XP will talk about how to implement their model. So if you go to their methods, they primarily focus too much on their methodology only. I believe you have attended Scrum 2 days of training, which I went some years back. In the 2 days of training, it will be purely implementation. They'll talk about how the stand-up will work, how the estimation will work, how the retrospective work, how the sprint planning will work. And this is what they start giving. Okay. So you may not get the broad view. When you go to the certificate like ACP, now ACP, what it does is it puts everything together, all the stuff together, and they call it as ACP. So when you go to ACP, you will learn Scrum, you will learn XP, you will learn Kanban, you will learn Crystal, you will learn Lean. On top of that, you learn how Agile works as a whole. That's a beauty you learn in the ACP certificate. Whereas in Scrum, you won't get that. In XP, you won't get that. You will learn only their methodology. Hope, Vishal, that helps you. You got some idea. Perfect. Great. Thanks for that question. I know sometimes it look like all same, but slight difference will be there, right? There are slight differences there. And again, if you put everything, pack it together with the DevOps and put something on a lean management very depth, that will become a safe scaled agile framework. Scaled agile framework is a framework. We'll talk that in the evening session today. Join the evening session. You see that it's a proper framework is there. How to follow it step by step, it will tell you. We'll do that. Okay, quickly. Great, let's move. I'm going to share the screen here. Yep, here it goes. Well and good. And I have people. I have well good. Well good. Okay, let's kickstart. Here it goes. I was just giving a highlight of what I'm going to cover today, little area on that, talking about adaptive planning. This is actually 5th chapter, but I thought it's a very interesting chapter to kickstart, to talk about how the planning works. Later, I will talk about a lot of the principles, plans, which is shown on the board now. The whiteboard, what you saw, I'm going to expand in chapter 1. Chapter 1 talks a lot about all these principles. I don't want to put too much in the principles the first day. I will give a little idea of the planning. Once the planning, we got an idea, then I'll go for the principles, we'll explain you. For now, what are you going to learn? So what you're going to learn here is on the domain 5, The domain 5 starts talking about how this planning works. If you see here, this is one, and you're going to get a 12% of exam questions. Out of 120 questions, if I say 12%, what is the percent of questions coming up? How many number of questions will come if I say 12%? Will it be 14, 15 questions? Any wild guess? What's the number of questions you'll get if it is 12%? Mathematical calculation. Maybe some 15 questions, 14 questions. Yeah, somewhere 14.5 or 15. Well, good. Thank you. That's a number of questions you're going to get in this examination. But on a day-to-day usage, this is going to be the high area. Let's say agile value proportion. But what do you do value proportion? Here, there are a few things we talk in agile, and this picture will come many times repeatedly. Visibility, adaptability, business value, and risk, right? When you see, see what happens is this book will try to compare mostly with the waterfall model. Any agile books, if you read, they always try to compare the waterfall because waterfall is there for more than 100 years and so, and they try to see that that is not working for an IT company. So IT companies started comparing that. That's not working. Let's try this. So any book, if you go, you will see start this comparison. So the comparison is here. The dotted line will compare the traditional model, and the green line is going to be the agile model. In agile, the visibility is always high, whereas when you say visibility, you do continuous deliverable to the market, right? You deliver here, you keep delivering. Whereas in traditional model, it will start well and it will go in a silent mode because a team will be working. Only when they want to deliver, they come out and show you. So this is visibility is pretty low. Business value, you start delivering from the beginning. First 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start delivering. Rather there it comes only in the end. Okay. If you see the risk factor, the risk stays with this model or project for a while and start dropping only when you're ready for the deliverable. Whereas in agile model, since you deliver it frequently, your risks start dropping down. You can question me now, how come a risk will drop if you deliver frequently? It will, because in agile there is a format that the high risky items will be delivered first. We will not do low, we'll do high. The initial iterations itself will take a big heavy chunk of high risk items. Why to do that? We use a term called fail fast. So you're trying to fail early so that you can have time to fix it in going forward. Since it's a 2 weeks or 4 weeks of work, you have a lot of opportunity to fix it, even if it fails. So risk starts dropping down. Also, in agile, the visibility is very high, where your customer knows what you're doing. They can right away tell you, man, it is not working, this is wrong. So the risk can drop down. Rather, if you work in a very hidden mode of a long-term plan, chances of failure can be high. It's all debatable in the market even today, but for understanding purpose, we'll tell risk drops down because we meet frequently. Now, I'm going to talk about something on adaptability. Okay, this is what we're going to learn today on this part. Adaptability talks about how quickly you can get the change of the plan. Right? If you watch it here, it talks about adaptability. See, the adaptability here, it's something on getting faster, at the same time, getting ready to make changes. The word adaptability can talk about how quickly we can adjust or relook at the plans or thoughts what we made. So you can ask me, so the plans will keep changing? Of course, the plans will change. The plans will not stay the same long. Why? Because my customer has more number of requirement and thought process flowing based on the market. This guy is not dreaming. Market is asking you to change. When the market is asking you to change, the customer has to respond to that. So customer has to respond to that, reach out to us. So our adaptability nature is very high as we keep more number of plannings in our agile model. What happens in non-agile model? Chances are we make a long-term plan. When it's a long-term plan, the adaptability nature gets a little tough because your architecture is already designed. Your environment is designed. Your technology is designed. It's so hard to change it. I remember when I started at least the early career of IT, those days it was only be ASP. You call ASP programming. I don't know how many of you know that. ASP will be there, and we have a VB6 programming, or it will be like a .NET was emerging by the time, Java was okay catching up by the time. Now, these are the technologies we know from the development side. Database, same way, RDBMS, we have certain concepts. We have on-prem servers from IBM. And this is all fixed, planned. You cannot change just like that. I will not blame that. It's a problem. That's what we had those days. So with that, you can go only with the long-term plan. Now, what happened is later it became open source. Later it became the cloud environment. Later it became a lightweight software applications to be written. Now RDBMS is totally out of the scene, right? It's all now different database model. Do anybody here to talk about what is the database model highly hit now? We are not using RDBMS. Any other thought process? What model is highly needed in the market now? Let me listen to you. What database model is going now, if not RDBMS? And a lot of IT people are here. What model of database is going up? All right, nobody's trying anything. No IT people? Yeah, please. In SAP, it's HANA, the latest. Fantastic, Mahesh. Got it. Mongo. Yeah. MongoDB. So what is the MongoDB model? It is not RDBMS. What is the other model?
It's basically adapt all the required data structure right now, the different sets of data. In RDBMS, it was typically structured data we used to process, but here now we are trending with unstructured data that is coming from different source of sources.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Raghu is putting big data. Vinay is putting big data. Yes, we're going to object model. We are not storing in RDBMS relation, but non-relation model, we are storing the data, right? Object models, we show the data. Things have changed a lot, right? A lot of change. Thanks for the information, by the way. Still, RDBMS is there. We're not saying no. If I go to banking application, I have to go with the RDBMS. If I go to YouTube and Facebook, I can't go with the RDBMS concept because we store a lot of images. We do a lot of text. We have to store a lot of what do you call it as videos to browse through catch up. The model is different, right? The searching engine concept is different. So things are changing. The world is changing a lot. Even a lot more change coming up. Yeah, Vishal is putting SQL, no SQL. Yeah, that's what's happening. World is moving fast. What you do today won't be there in the next 5-6 years. Now, what I did was not here now. It's totally moved out. It's not there at all in the market. It's okay. Vishal is saying now it's NoSQL. Yeah, NoSQL is a concept being used here. Okay, thanks for those informations. Now we talk about adaptability. So how quick you can change the things. That's a topic we're going to see here. But when you say quick changes, there'll be vibrations also. So we have to take care of those factors. Let's see. Let me move a little more. Let me move. Here it is. Okay, the comparison started. You will be, oh my goodness, a lot of comparison. Yeah, we do more comparisons here in the books of any Agile. So the comparison goes with Agile versus non-Agile. If you look at the sketch here, this is a non-Agile project. In a non-Agile project, we spend a huge amount of time in the planning. Of course we do, right? But if you want to do this, you should know the requirement really well. If it's a requirement known, planning can happen, right? But we are working in what? Knowledge-based projects, where the requirement is keep fluctuating. Also, I will not get this much of a requirement in the beginning. I will get only few set of requirements. For that few set of requirements, I do some kind of planning here. Okay. For that planning, I will do the execution. Well and good. Again, one more set of requirement comes in. So that becomes another set of requirement. Again, another set of requirement. Again, another set of requirement. Oh my God, Shriram, this is bad, man. You keep on giving a requirement like this. How do I work? That is where we need agility. What is agility? Now you start being flexible enough because your target is keep moving. I'm going to show something so crazy, you'll watch out. One of the stuff says that, in fact, in agile model of project, we do more planning than non-agile projects. You'll be surprised. Oh my God, really? I thought non-agile project we do a lot of planning. Yeah, we do. We do upfront planning because I know the requirement in some of the projects. Some project I don't know the requirement at all. So I have to do it frequently. And the book says that we do more planning than these guys, but in a small chunk of time. Okay, that's an interesting factor. When I show the interesting factor, I want you to see some more stuff also, like talking about the target moving. If you watch out here, I have a lot of missile here. Recent days in the internet news, we read a lot about missile. not that missile. This is different here. Okay, here agile projects are like a guided missile. I want you to underline this word, guided missile. If you have a paper next to you and pencil next to you, start noting down. I would recommend you to have a paper pencil. Yeah, that's a better way to write something which you feel it's good. They call it a guided missile. What it means is the missile has a guide on its own. It can course correct when things are not going in the way. Again, course correct. Again, course correct. Again, course correct. But actually, the target was here. Now it is. This was. Ah, God, they will change. They change. World is changing. Market is changing on certain projects, not all. I used to take an example of banking applications. Banking applications, the days it was different. Now it is different. They take the feedback from the people. They take input from the people. And the mobile app, they course correct themselves. This is not working. This is working. Make some changes accordingly and move towards what the customer is lacking. A student want to see the all student loan details in the mobile app as it is, right? And sometimes the customer says that, no, we don't like to see this information here. Only payment information is enough for me. There will be some feedback and input from the people, usage data. It's not always the customer has to say, right? Your action will tell something. The action will help them to course correct accordingly. So now that's kind of target keep changing. Let's talk about the video conferencing softwares happening in the market now. It's keep changing, right? It's not the same one what we see now. Like the Zoom is one of the one leading the market. Now next player coming in the market, they keep course correcting. They're changing the target. So it won't stay the same place. If you watch it here, it's like a balloon, right? It keep moving. So your target will keep moving where you have to move away. How do you move that? For that, you need an agile way of planning. How do you do agile planning? Let's see that. Okay. First, I want to show you some agile project management. How agile project management happens. Let's see a quick thought on that so that you will also get a broad idea. Once you get that, it'll be easy to talk something a little more depth inside that. Shall we watch out a video? Are you ready to see a video? Are we ready? Shall we go? Okay, I'm getting ready from most of you. Well, I know we love video to see active. Agile project management. Agile project management. Okay, I'm going to pull out a video. Let's listen to this. Okay, confirm AV.
Agile project management is the...
Is AV good? Well, fantastic. Let's move.
Agile project management is the process by which projects can be managed and implemented in small chunks of work. Agile projects deliver value to the business in frequent small deliveries of product called features. In the traditional waterfall methodology, the requirements for the project would be documented up front. Then the design of the whole solution would be completed, followed by the development, testing, and finally implementation of the product. If this whole process takes a year to complete, the business does not see any tangible value until the very end of that project. With agile projects, items are created via small logical chunks of work called iterations or sprints. Agile is a great technique to use when business needs are frequently changing, or when the business wants to receive product benefits earlier. With Agile, you can focus on what the business needs now, and if that changes, the new business needs can be accommodated in the next iteration. Agile is frequently used to manage IT projects, but can also be used to manage non-IT projects. Examples of non-IT projects that are suitable for Agile are facility moves, company reorganizations, or changing business processes within a department. Just about any project can utilize Agile if deliverables can be produced and implemented in a short period of time and can be expanded or added to with future capabilities. Just like building blocks coming together, Agile projects build capabilities one piece or a few pieces at a time. Let's talk next about the characteristics of successful Agile projects. First, sprints or iterations are typically 4 to 12 weeks long. Face-to-face communication is emphasized over documentation. We want to produce a product, not product documentation. Business and technical team members are co-located or use very rich virtual tools to simulate being together. In addition to these, a sponsor who is 100% committed to the Agile process is vital. And lastly, requirement changes are anticipated and accommodated. There are other items required for Agile projects to work that do not differ from traditional projects. These include having a vision for the end game, following a universally understood project lifecycle. Your requirements must be understood. You should use a shared and managed schedule. You have a dedicated team that is focused on getting the job done. And lastly, communication with all stakeholders is critical. There are several Agile methodologies and processes in use today. For the purposes of this course, we will describe and explain an Agile methodology that uses the following life cycle stages. Envision defines the boundaries of the project. You then loop through the speculate, explore, and adapt stages, and you perform a close phase once at the end.
Okay. I believe it gives some idea about what actually Agile project happens, right? Did you get a clue that we can do in a non-IT projects also as Agile? Did you got an idea about that? Yeah. I think that's the idea of explaining that, okay, we can do for non-IT projects also. It's not only IT projects can go for Agile. All right. So, but again, there are some ifs and buts. We can't tell all will fit into that. Opportunities are there. See, one thing about Agile is take a flavor of it and fit in the place where it's good for you. Doesn't mean that you have to blindly follow what it says, right? That's a message of Agile. I like it. There is a beautiful cat here. Now you see the screen. There is a question here. I want you to think this question, put some answers where you come from, right? Mahesh is putting Agile within IT, does it suit for both? Yes, in support projects, Mahesh, they use a Kanban board effectively. Where in support, you get a lot of tickets coming up, right? You have a Kanban board where a pull methodology will be used. So implementation, they go for Scrum or XP model. Hope that helps you, Mahesh. Well, good. I hope most of you seeing the question now. I want you to read the question and please answer the question. There are 3 questions that are answered in daily stand-up meetings. Aim to what? For what we do this? All mock projects is non-IT, this will be work as Agile projects. Yeah, got it, Manish. Okay, am I sharing the screen? I'm not getting answers for the question. Ah, thank God, I'm sharing the screen. Sometimes you guys make me to doubt it, huh? Okay. Identify problems and describe accomplishment. Do we describe accomplishments? Do you think so in stand-up we do that? Okay. Okay, I'll try to poke you. So if you're strong with your answers, stay there. So B says identify opportunities and celebrate accomplishments. Fix problems and share accomplishments. I don't think we fix problems, right? Do we fix problems there? It's only a listening session. Do we do fix problems? D also saying we fix problems and agree upon work plan. Agree. Are we agreeing something? I think I questioned a lot here. 4 items are here. Many of you working in a Scrum or stand-up. Now think wise and give an answer. Hope you understood the question. The question is asking 3 questions that are answered. Meeting aim. What is the aim of this question? Of course, aim of the question may not be a problem solving, right? If you understood really well, it's not a problem solving. We are not doing a problem solving. If you watch out here, it's talking about fixed problems. I don't think so, man. We don't fix problem. See, we talked 3 questions, right? What we talk? Can someone tell me what 3 things we tell in the stand-up meeting? What happened from yesterday till now? You can open up the mic. Tell me what 3 things we do in the stand-up.
What accomplishments we achieved from last meeting we had, what we plan to achieve till the next meeting, and any roadblocks we have.
Fantastic. Well said. If you observe Vinay, he said that from last meeting to till now, isn't it? So that's the time we see. What you have worked on since last meeting, well said, Vinay rightly put up. And what we're going to do, right? And what is the blocker there? If that's the case, it's not a problem fixing. So these 2 are ruled out, gone. So a competition between A and B. Identify problems, describe accomplishments, looks good. Identify opportunities and celebrate accomplishments. I don't think we are doing this stuff there. Rather, we do more on identify problems. That's a blocker. Describe accomplishments. That's fantastic. Well, good. That's a primary aim. I think you got some idea. Some concepts we learn through questions. Okay. So the idea of putting questions is to get a thought process on the subject. Okay. It's not about seeing whether you're right or wrong. It's about bring the thought process. I would recommend you all to discuss when a question comes in, because that's the best way of learning. Human brain works really well when you put questions. Okay, I'm going to put some more questions now. There is an exercise here. I want you to help me to answer it. What you're going to help me is, you're going to read the statement and tell me, is it true or false? Agile projects typically do more upfront planning than traditional planning. Is it true or false? Okay, I'm getting false. Let everybody give a try. I have a bunch of people here. Try use a keyboard working properly. Try it once. Agile projects typically do more overall planning than traditional project. Do more overall planning. I'm having answer F. Also, I have T. Some of them gave T. I have to respect them also. Okay, I respect your answers. I will show the real answer. Okay, let's wait. They're saying that overall planning. There's a slight doubt on the data, right? Probably do overall. Overall is something big, right? I do have a incline towards false. Since some of them said true, let's respect them. What may be the answer? We'll see the answer. If we create our plans at the last responsible moment, they will not change. Amazing, right? Do the last day, all will be good. Is it right? People are saying false. You do last day also, it can fail. Well, mid-course adjustments on agile projects are not common. Mid-core adjustments in the projects are not common. Mid-core adjustments are common? Yeah, it's common, right? It's a common, it always happens. Okay, so not common, they say not common. So I have to tell false. I saw many of you say false. Okay. Knowledge work projects tend to have high rates of changes. Do you agree that? They are 90 kind of projects where knowledge-based projects, a lot of changes will happen. Okay, people are agreeing. True. If the project diverges from the original plan, that is diverge from original plan, this could be a sign our initial plan was a flaw. True, right? True or false? False. Oh my goodness. I'm here also getting true, also false. Okay, one thing here, observe, if the project diverge from original plan, this could be a sign of initial plan was flawed. In Agile, do you think all the projects are successful, or it can have a flaw? If you don't have a flaw, then why we need adaptation? Adaptation is not needed, right? Anyway, I respect both of your answers. So what I do is I'm going to bring the real answer. Let's watch for the real answer. Here it comes. There are certain mistakes also happen within us. Okay, here this is false. Yeah, although the total, if you watch it here, let me put it. Although the total amount of planning over the course of the project is high, it's likely to be more. On the traditional project, the upfront planning is likely to be less. You're right. All agile projects typically do more overall planning than the traditional project. When you add up all the replanning that is done, agile project plans are more than traditional project. That's what I said overall, right? It's true. I know some of you say true. I respect your value. If we create our plans at the last responsible moment, they will not have wrong. Mid-course adjustments on agile projects are common. Somebody rightly said that, yeah, it's common, man, it will happen. Knowledge work projects tend to have high rates of changes, of course, right? Keep changing. That's a very important thing in knowledge-based projects. If the project diverges the original plan, this could be a sign our initial plans are flawed. Initial plans for knowledge projects will be flawed, likely to be flawed. See, in Agile, the project's plan gets flawed. That is a reason we have retrospective That's the reason we do replanning. That's the reason we keep reprioritizing. A lot of reprioritization we do, right? We use Moscow rule, we use invest model, a lot of model we use to reprioritize. Why? The plans will change. The market demand will ask you to change. It's not your mistake. I don't say it's your mistake, not a customer mistake. Market is demanding. You have to change accordingly. You cannot stay still. This will work, right? That's very important. Well, good. Thanks for all your answers. I believe it gave you some knowledge.
Yes. Shriram?
Yes.
I have a question on the last one. This is Lakshmi. So the last one, you were saying if the project diverges from the original plan, could it be a reason that because of the change in market, we had to deviate from our original plan? So how can we say that the plan was flawed? We had to adjust for the sake of market.
Okay. Of course, thanks, Lakshmi, for that question. The word flaw makes us a little bad. I understand. It gives the feel that, oh my God, I'm wrong. But actually, that's not the intention here. If you read it, initial plans for knowledge work projects are always likely to be flawed because of various reasons. I think you gave an answer. Market changes, we have to change. We made a prioritization of launching something. Because of a COVID happened, I have to stop all the functionality and now release only the functionality which is related to COVID. Now, when I do that, my plan is changing. So now the plan is called as replanning or adapting the planning. The word used as a flaw looks a little heavy, but actually we are replanning, right? So your answer is there in your question. What you say? Yes, market demand made us to change, and we have to change. And that's a flaw can happen. It's an acceptable flaw. Hope you get it, Lakshmi. Right? We can tell it wrong, right? It's acceptable flaw. I know it will fail. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a point. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I know some of the banking applications we've been working on. What happened is we have to stop some of the priorities. And they say that COVID fix has to go first. What is COVID fix? US and other countries started releasing trillions of dollars money for benefiting for their customers. I mean, the people of the country. For them, a lot of plans should come in any group of segments where they release the fund. A lot of things happening in different segments, okay? When government announces something, that should reach the market first. So based on that, we have to reprioritize our changes. It's sometimes we call it as the environmental factors. That is the factors around us, which can influence your work. So that also happens. So the word, the flaw looks a little heavy. I know I read it, but the point is the plan will not stick to that. We have to change as per the market demand. Good questions, good thought process. Thank you for asking those questions. Let's move a little more. I'm having kind of 10 minutes to reach out our timeline. Before that, we'll see a couple of topics. First day and second day, usually it will be a little time consuming because of we are setting up the track. Post that, what will happen is the moment you open it will be subject, it will be fast. Okay, now progressive elaboration. This term, somebody coming from the management books, you would have read that rolling wave planning, or they call it as progressive elaboration. Very simple. As you get close to some requirement, you get the details. Until then, you will not worry about it because the market is keep changing. The customers also keep changing, right? So what we'll do is we will do upfront planning only for a certain amount of work to be done. We call them as iterations, right? What is iteration? If you go from the sprint, if you go from a Scrum methodology, they use a word called sprint. But when you go from the Agile books, it go for iteration. Both are same. Initially, when Agile came in, it was a 4 weeks timeline they talk. Nowadays, it has become a constant of 2 weeks, right? If you go to SAFe certification, and they primarily use this word called iteration because they derive mostly from Agile books. Don't worry about the word. Interchangeably, you can use it. Point here of this discussion here is progressive elaboration. I want you to see the green boxes here. There are some green boxes, plain, nothing is there. There are some green boxes, a couple of lines. There are some green boxes with more lines. What is your thought? Before I describe something, what is your thought? What is your thought on the box which has a lot of black lines? And what is this? Can somebody tell me that? What is your take?
First
It's
green is like detailed planning and detailed planning of the work for current iteration, and then slowly we'll go for elaborating the next work, future work.
yeah, plan
Okay,
more for the near future.
very good. But tell me now, when my customer has all the information, do I need to strictly follow this model, or can I go and get the details from this person?
Because plans tend to change, so we plan only for the near future.
Right, right. So thanks, Mahesh, for that point. Even though my customer has information, I don't want to plan everything right away. Now, what I do is I'll collect the detail and store it as a features in my list. I have a product backlog. In the product backlog, I'll tell him to put all the features. Let's take a banking application. Why I'm pulling banking application is it's a big system to develop. Okay. Then we can go for a travel app also, generally pull in, for example. Now, this software development for the whole banking application, lot of features. Could be of a bank statement, could be of a loan system, could be of a credit information, could be of a transaction information. Oh, banking has a lot of information. My bank has all the details, but what I'll do is I'll get all the features stored in my backlog and start doing progressive elaboration of certain features which I want to implement in the next 2 iterations or 3 iterations. Why? Because when you get closer, you can take the latest demand in the market, customer feedback, and implementation constraints also. Now I'm adding a word called implementation constraints. Not everything in the world can be done by everybody. Certain things will be doable, non-doable. And this will happen as a discussion, right? This will do. I'm going to talk about the grooming little later. We'll go grooming little later. For now, let's understand that there is a term called progressive elaboration. It means you will do near-term feature planning, rest all we do as step moves off, right? That's how it is. But how the planning works, how to do that, that we have to learn more. For now, understand this factor. Some of the cases, what will happen is we can do more planning. If you have more details, you can go for more. Watch it here. 1, 2, 3, 4 plans are happening, rest are happening. But even question me, hey Shriram, the team is very busy on the work. How do they do the planning? Yep, we have something called a grooming session, keep continuously happening. In a week or twice, we meet and talk about what are the work in the list and what can be done and how will be done, what is the estimation of it. It's a continuous process along with whom we'll do. Can someone tell me the important role in one agile team? Who explains a business to the whole project? Whose one role is that starts with the P?
Product owner.
Product owner.
Fantastic. He or she as a product owner is a very important person. And this person is the one connect the team. I'm putting AT as agile team. Agile team consists of all these guys. Yeah. And these people will have a sync regularly. What is agile team? Agile team is a cross-functional team. What is cross-functional team? A cross-functional team will have a development person. It will have a quality person, a person who can talk the business, a person who can do the deployment. Oh my God, all these guys are there. So Shriram, you mean that one developer, one quality, one business analyst, one deployment guy. This is how they work? Not leader, you're a cross-functional. A dev guy can play a quality guy can play a business role. So the same guy will get double salary? No, we call them as a full stack. Have you heard this term full stack? Have anybody heard about this term full stack?
Yeah, nowadays this name is getting from the full stack developer.
Clever corporate, they made sure they give one salary, get all the work done. Okay. It's good. It's good. All the job is good. It's something like meeting a cricket batsman. Nowadays, I want my batsman to bowl. I want the batsman to be a keeper. I want my batsman to do all the stuff, including umpiring work sometimes. Yeah. We want all to be done for this guy, right? So when I expect an IPL batsman to be that way, why not a corporate look you like that way? Yeah, that's what's happening. Anyway, there are a lot of debatable topic in that area, but understand that agile team is a self-organized team, and also a PO is a person who helps with stuff. I'm going to talk all these things when I come to the role area. I don't want to bore you with the role here at the beginning itself. Rather, I start off doing something on the implementation side, right? Let's do this. Maybe I'll cover one more topic before we go for a break and come back by tomorrow, right? Let's do that. By the way, you all have to do some assignment. I'll give some writing work tonight. So get ready, be busy in the WhatsApp group. Well, good. Value decomposition. I thought of talking this topic because we should know how the value gets to the lower segment of the work, how the decomposition happens. There's a decomposition is a very common term in project management books. Also, this comes from PMI certificate. They also try the word decompose. Decompose means putting into pieces, right? That's a work. Now, if you see here, you can see features. Features. Okay, let me give an idea. Let's say there is a banking application to be developed, banking mobile application. Now, banking application will have epics. What is epics? Maybe loan system can be an epic, or credit card details can be an epic, or tax computation. Nowadays, banking system do tax computation also. Okay, I'm putting very big. These are epics, big size, big size. When I say loan can be student loan, agriculture loan, industrial loan, big industrial, small industry. A lot of guys who get the loan run out of the country, all stuff will come here, right? Loans coming here. Now, credit goes large, platinum, gold, silver. Oh my God, what are colors? So tax system can be multiple. Now, what I want to quote here is this is a big size of work. Now, from this, I will pick up maybe credit card system. I can start driving some features out of it, right? So yeah, an epic, from the epic, I'll pull features. From the credit card, I'll write 1, 2, 3, 5, a lot of features will come. From the features, later it will be derived into user stories. User stories, right? User stories. Later, user stories are turned into what? There is something called as task that can happen here. Okay, decomposition is something like putting value down. If you see here, value-based decomposition is a continuation of the process. Value-based decomposition, we'll talk more on that. Now, point is you have to break it down into pieces, which is doable. Like we'll do that. Now, the decomposition helps you to see the work, which is in a doable form. Now, we do this in a progressive way, and then you start moving forward as and when the requirement comes in. Now, when I do that, I want to talk about something called PDCA, kind of a plan, do, evaluate, learn. There is something called a Deming cycle. That is Mr. Edward Deming from US, and so much loved by Japanese. In Japan, some of the roads are named by Deming. Okay, Japanese are so famous for very systematic approach. If anybody thinks that Agile is from America, I would tell that America would have learned from Japan on Agile. No book says that, but some of the books I read a couple of lines, they say that Agile is from the birthplace of Kaizen principle. Have anybody heard about Kaizen principle? Do anybody here expert on a Kaizen heard about it? Yeah. Okay, Kaizen principle. So Kaizen principle is the birthplace of Agile. So it means the Japanese are so good in agility. Okay, there's a beautiful cat here. Look at the question here. Take this question. Through question, let's learn a concept. Prithvi, that's right, Prithvi. Okay. See, every question, think yourself learning a concept, not answering for exam. I don't want you to think exam now. I want you to think learning a concept. Which of the following statement correctly describes agile planning? Read carefully, tell me the answer, and let's talk something on that. Answer starts coming up. Which of the following statement correctly describe, correctly, I'm underlying correctly. I know. So let's see your agile knowledge in that place. Some of you very new to agile, you can't answer this question, but give a wild try. That's okay. So plan at multiple levels and have managers create iteration plan. Have managers create the iteration plan. Oh my God, gone, right? Use appropriate estimate ranges and exclude diversions outside work. Appropriate estimate range. Okay, let's park this. Plan at multiple levels and have team members create iteration plan. I know many of you love this. Love this. Okay, sounds better. Use fixed point estimate and base projections on completion dates. Fixed point, you can do this, right? Ruled out. So A and D ruled out, competition is between B and C. Now within B and C, I think the board, let me look at your answers. Prithvi, Piyush, Mahesh, Atul, Girish, Giri, Vinay, Raghu, Riti. Okay, most of you all went with C. Okay, I have to respect you. Okay. Yes, you're right. So what made B not as an answer? So appropriate estimate ranges and exclude diversions outside work, right? That's the point we're talking here. The talking about correctly describes what it describes here. It has a multiple levels. There can be diversion coming up, there can be new work coming up. We do multiple levels and have team members create iteration plan. I think this is a very, very, very important point you have to keep in mind. If anybody coming from the management world where there are places where manager has to make a lot of decision. Is that wrong? Not wrong. That's a model. That's a model where we expect them to make a decision. But here we call as decentralized decision making. From where I take this concept, I pull this concept from scaled agile framework. It says decentralized decision making. It means the book says that where there is information, where there is a data, let they make a decision rather somebody make a blind decision. Then what a manager can do? Manager can make a release planning. Manager can make a big size of chunk of work like epic understanding, prioritization with the product owner, product manager, epic owner. These all can be managed so at the highest level. But when it comes to iteration, what to be done for 2 weeks, team can do a better job, right? Hope some of you agree with me in the decentralization making. Anybody agree decentralization is good in this area? If you agree, just give me yes. Let's move on. Oh, yeah, well and good. Thanks for that. Okay, maybe the last topic. Oh shit, it's not the top of the time, man. I shouldn't drill it further. Okay, I'll stop here. I don't want to drill further. I have something interesting on time boxing. Unfortunately, couldn't cover today. This is supposed to be covered. I didn't touch it. Time boxing. I have a good video to talk about it. Let's come and explain by tomorrow morning when we kickstart things. Right. First day, generally a lot of explanation, the basic stuff. Well and good. How was the first day? Let me listen to you, and let me also listen any questions to be answered or any suggestions which I can help you. Right? We can do that. Lot to learn. I want you all to have a paper pencil next to you. Keep writing like anything. Right? Good. Fantastic. I'm getting as a great, excellent, real great, fantastic. Happy to know that. By the way, we just started. In the buffet, if you stand in the line, there'll be some starter, chicken piece or some fry will be there. That's what you started now. You have to go to the main course and desserts is there, ice cream is there, a lot are coming up. So we have to wait for it, right? Right. Atul is putting a question. Why adaptability lowers as we go on? Curve is going slightly down. You're ending to the project, right? In the sense of your work is almost completed. There, you will not make a major change. You will make a minor change. The change, the level will start decreasing. I've achieved it, right? Almost. Your adaptability goes down in the sense of achieved already. That's how it is going down. Hope Atul got that message. Well and good. Well, fine. I'll wait for 5 minutes. If any question I can help you, I can help you. If not, we are so happy. Thanks for trusting us and joining this session. We have a service team. We have a team who can support you on your queries about your exam application processing, exam question bank, material to read, assignments. This all happens systematically, right? And within a week or so, there will be a discussion point to you where you have to share your tentative exam date. For example, September 10th, I want to go to exam. There's a date. That's my marriage day. I want to gift my spouse. Okay. Now that has a date there. This date will help me to sit and prepare a study plan for you. I will work out and prepare a study plan, what you have to read on a weekly basis. If I give that, take a printout, put on the wall, start reading blindly. You will clear the exam. That's it, right? So don't worry about the certificate. Don't worry about your question banks. Don't worry about the material, all taken care. Only thing you have to worry is when the alarm comes on Saturday and Sunday morning or evening, you have to wake up and start reading and attending the classes, right? That passion should be with you. If you can show that passion, I'm ready to help you out, right? There's a point. Okay, there is a question here. Sumit is putting, how efficient is agile project management during COVID situation? Face-to-face meeting is a big concern. Does this still help? Sumit, that's a fantastic question. What happened is when the COVID happened in the month of March, I had to stop all my stand-up meetings in my office. Of course, you all know that I work Monday to Friday in a company. So now we had to stop everything. Till April middle, it was not really good. Now we made some creative works of having some Zoom calls, having some Teams calls in the video call. In the video call, we simulate as if we are standing to each other in a round and we start talking to each other. It won't give the real feel, I completely accept, but at least we see each other. We sometimes invite their family kids to be with them in the call, where that it gives a family feel of it. Of course, kids make a lot of noise, but we do that. We don't want to make them to feel that if it is corporate, you have to lock the room and do the homework. It's not that way, right? Sometimes your daughter will come and sit in a lap and talk to you. That's fine. It's not going to eat you. But these are the things we're trying to make it, and it's working. Sometimes somebody goes to the balcony, talk from there, where they're showing the garden. That's also fine. There are a lot of opportunities, right? More than I see a blocker, I started seeing it as an opportunity. Some problems also there, but opportunities are high. Hope I answered you, Sumit. Okay, well and good. Okay, that's great. Thanks all for joining here. And those who have not got the details, you have to reach out to Rahul. Rahul is our senior executive who does end-to-end. Many people know Rahul. They don't go to Google, they go to Rahul to ask any question about anything on PMI. So he holds all the answers, right? So we can reach out to him for any process of enrollment or any process of doubts and questions, they help out. And also I'm here, they can support you, right? I want to cover more topics. My time shooting on first date, that's how it will be. Tomorrow we'll catch up some more topic. For now, have a great day or a great night to sleep, and we'll catch up on Sunday for the next session. Thanks all for being here. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for giving shape to my thinking process about Agile. Thank you very much.
Great, Vishal. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Shriram.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. But however, I actually came very late because of the time difference. I'm actually calling in from Nigeria, but I would. There's a way we could actually have a refresh of this lecture. I don't know how you can do that, or probably there's a recording where we could actually have of the lecture. Thank you.
Sure. Sure. This is available on YouTube, and also once you enroll to the system, they will share you the recording video every day basis. If I miss first 1 hour, don't worry. Come back and listen to the video later also. That's possible. Yes, a team will guide you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming from Nigeria. I appreciate it. Thank you.